A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0. And yeah, new location, because the current one, let's just say, is under a lot of use. So, that's why I'm going to be moving over here for a little while. But, of course, there are in fact a couple of other things that I will be talking about for this part of the Vlog-A-Thon. On this day, it is going to be clear as day that I start talking about a few things relative to the whole time that I've had since the last Vlog-A-Thon came out, pretty much. I've gotten just about everything I needed to ever say about a good majority of the content that I have made so far, so now let's just get on to what's happening here in the present. Starting with the new vehicle. Well, as you could probably already tell, this is exactly where we're inside. With the other three vehicles that I'm known to use over the past several years, since I got my driver's license, I sure have been saving around the clock, ensuring that I can get myself a really good car. And this is basically it. A 2014 Nissan Juke, and I can sure tell you right away, this thing has been entered in Wheels of Steel, pretty much. Just to name one thing in particular. But we also just can't forget the fact that this is not only any vehicle, it's more than just that. It is my addition to a special project. The Fleet Line project, in which that it is basically as close as I could possibly get to having a company fleet, but it is mostly just a network trend, simply brought on to a real-life extravaganza of a lifetime. Maybe someday we'll probably have an actual fleet with actual cars that we simply bought ourselves. I'd be more than willing to do my part to gather some money together for that part. But the main point is, this might just be a good start to a whole new chapter in my life. And with all the other stuff that has basically gone down, it's safe to say that I've definitely been through a lot. And I'm more than sure that people out there are going to want to know exactly what has been going on since the last time I did the Vlog-A-Thon. And that was nearly 2 years ago. But coming back to today, I sure am more than glad to be able to do any of this regardless of how much time I've spent away from all of this. And there's just a lot of stuff that's been happening around me. I can't really escape the feeling. Someday we're going to be going through even bigger changes in life. Much more bigger than the ones that we've been going through since the last time the Vlog-A-Thon came out. The height of a pandemic, extreme politics, and on top of that, social media uproar, civil unrest. That's what basically happened in 2020. Here, though, almost 2 years later, I got a new Vlog-A-Thon. But with all that's happened here, you got great movies, great video games, of which that I have covered the basis of both, not to mention other stuff. It's pretty impressive how they've actually managed to bring back the likes of such old classic cars. Who would have thought that the Nissan Z Roadster would be making a reintroduction? The Acura Integra, the Hummer getting transformed into an EV might seem like a ridiculous, overlooked idea, but it's brilliant. Turn one of the worst cars in the world into possibly the biggest redemption ever made. It really is a project of a lifetime. It's just brilliant. Beyond anything I've ever seen. But otherwise, I don't really have much else I could say at the moment, so I'll just simply cut for the time being, or should I say end, as I do with my productions, by any means.